Like, why do you think
Because
these
they're
police
too
officers
bothered
don't?
about their pay packet.
Why do you think they don't? Do you really think it's just about that? Do you reckon there's sort of silence from their?
They're definitely
superiors?
silenced.
Yeah.
Their superiors are the ones that are the problem. But ultimately, you can't blame somebody else. You can't go, well, you know, I'm just following orders. You have to have your own brain. You have to wake up. You have to stop like being blindly led by some fucking imbecile who's in Parliament and then someone who takes their from Sadiq Khan. Like, who's going to take any direction from a man that has hidden the grooming gang scandal
in London? Up
in
to
London,
9,000 cases that are to be reviewed.
It's outrageous.
But at the same time, it's like they're marking their own homework.
Yeah, of course they are, because let's face it, the corruption isn't in low level. It isn't Pakistani men. It goes into local councillors, local MPs, the police officers, the social workers, the people in our parliament. They're all complicit. They're all corrupt. They all play their hand, and the police defend them. Let's face it, the reason why Tommy Robinson didn't hand over his phone was because there was evidence on his phone. It comes from people, great sources of women that have spoken out to him who want their identities kept secret. And at the end of the day, let's face it, the police lost the evidence and the information that was provided by the young women and children that was groomed in these areas. They purposely lost evidence that would have managed to put people behind bars.
For me, covering it up as well is like.
Do you want him to?
Yeah, that's all right. Covering it up as well also comes down to inaction. So people,
of course it does.
People
they're
not
being
reporting
funny.
stuff in a certain way.
If they're not going to report something, then they are the ones that have blood on their hands. Because these people need to be held accountable, and I'm sick to death of no one being held accountable. You look at people in Parliament, at the end of the day, they do something wrong, and it's like, well, look, we're going to step you down, but you can go and have a position as like the health minister. No, hold them accountable, take away their titles, because let's face it, any single MP, they get something like 2/3 of a pensionable wage until the day they die. That has got to stop. They need to have everything taken away from them, because otherwise there's not going to be any accountability in years to come, because people will just go, well, I don't really need to do anything.
In terms of accountability then, and what Keir Starmer and Labour government have done in the last 12 months, obviously being in power, I was doing my piece as I was walking down. I got confronted by someone because I mentioned about terrorism, and she straight away said he was a British national. I said I didn't mention race or anything.
It's got nothing to do with that.
But just in terms of accountability, so like in terms of democracy, I believe that obviously if you get given your 4 years, you should have your 4 years, right, in Parliament. However, it's only been 1 year. I can't see this lasting another 3. But at the same time, what do you say to those that say, well, they're entitled to have a democracy or a democratic government? My personal opinion is that the amount of accountability and the amount of things they've been complicit for in the last 12 months, they don't deserve to be in Parliament.
That
should be ripped away. So they lose that right to democracy, because we're not living in a democratic country or nation.
At the end of the day, they said they come up with policies. They got people to vote for them on the basis of what they promised. They haven't delivered on anything they've promised. In fact, they've backtracked and made up stuff of their own. And all she done yesterday, Rachel from Accounts, who has been found guilty, and we know that she did know about that she needed the certain lease and she needed this and she needed that. How many more excuses can we hold or how many more excuses can they come out with? At the end of the day, it's not a democracy we're living in, because they're creating the world, the country that we're living in. They don't care about the people in this country. They care more about invaders. We could sort this country out pretty rapidly. Stop the benefits to people that come here undocumented. Stop them using our National Health Service, because it's not a National Health Service anymore, it's an international health service. I'm fed up. I went to hospital the other night with my daughter and could not get seen. We was there for 8 hours. They're all sitting there with colds. Like, this is a joke.
Well, they have 24-hour GPs in these hotels.
It's unacceptable. They have, yes, they do. They have 24-hour GPs. Like they have
is love, and this is how we take it all back. Amen.
Well said, young London. Right. Before our next speaker, John Mack, is speaking on behalf of the Together for the Children team, I want to thank you all for coming here today. We know this man should be gone, He's got to go. It cannot carry on like this. Our country is going down the pan while this man's in charge. We want Starmer out! 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 John? Yes, sir. Hello everyone. Thank you for coming, thank you for your support. We know why we're here. We've heard some good speeches, and I echo the sentiments of the last lady. In God I trust and in Jesus I trust. But that's my own personal choice. Let's talk about this Prime Minister. Keir Starmer. And I call you Keir Starmer because I do not recognise your title, sir. When you were elected, you told us the country would wake up to a new dawn. It's unbelievable, isn't it? We are now living a nightmare under your tenure. You said your party would act with honesty and integrity. No more scandals. We won't be like the Tories. The Nolan Principles, the 7 Nolan Principles. We've had 5 ministers forced to resign under you. Lord Ali and the freebies, Tulip Sadiq and her involvement in corruption in Bangladesh, Angela Rayner, Rachel Reeves, and so it goes on. You then went and gave away the Chagos Islands on human rights grounds. And then you stood up and lied in Parliament and to the people about the cost. You lied to us, Keir Starmer. When you was in opposition, you met with and promised to help the WASPy women with regard to their loss of pensions. Then once you were elected, you reneged on that. You rode back and denied them justice on this issue. You lied to them. In opposition, you carried out surveys and investigations and reports would die as a result of the winter fuel cuts that the Tories proposed. You came straight in and you put that into place. But you had to make another embarrassing U-turn. This is also after your Chancellor claimed a £22 billion rent hole. So instead of looking after the rich, you rewarded your trade union friends. The Tory government will bring your doctors with billions and billions of pounds of payroll.
Sorry mate, 1 second, can I get the whole thing? Cheers.
You know we're charging for that, for children in need.
Thanks man, appreciate it.